It's not uncommon to tell a young person to, you know, toughen up, strong up, man up. All of those things we use. But what we often leave in that conversation is that manning up or toughen up sometimes begins with accepting what you can control and what you cannot control. Failure itself sometimes needs to be accepted as a part of life and something to learn from. So, a good and a first step towards toughen up is recognizing what you can control and what you cannot control and accepting that. And one tool you can use to do that is something we call the cycle of control. And basically, what it is you draw 3 circles. The inner circle representing things you can control. The middle circle, you write things you can influence but cannot necessarily control or change. And then the outermost circle, you write things that you cannot control and you cannot influence. Example. So, say you have a friend who is toxic or a bully. The inner circle is you can decide not to choose those kind of friends. So that's your choice. Number 2, you can influence their behavior because sometimes respect is reciprocal. And number 3, things you cannot control. You cannot control what they decide to do or how they decide to respond to you. And then that circles back to 1. You can choose not to be their friends. So, what I'm simply saying is, it's good to tell your young person, or as a young person to be told to toughen up, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. But sometimes that begins with accepting what you can control and what you cannot control. So, stay tuned for more. Cheers.